You're listening to the Welcome to the Rebellion podcast. Hey, Jay, are you ready? Because it's time to start the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Welcome to the Rebellion podcast. I have a returning guest. It looks like so many of you are excited to see. Please welcome Dan Vasc. Yay!
Hey, yes.
Yay!
How are you doing, man?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I already see a bunch of familiar names here in the chat. How are you guys doing? Great
I'm
to
modding
be here.
people as we go too. I just made Eric. Eric, you got your mod status. You know.
Oh, look at that. Well, how long has it been since the last one?
3
4
years?
Two only? Feels like more.
I think it's 3.
3?
Was it
Two-
3 years?
two-
It's
two
been
to
a
four.
while.
2 to 4.
I
It's
got a
been
brand
while.
new office,
Yeah.
as you can see. Look at that detail. You know?
Yeah, everything clean and organized so you can tell clearly it's fake.
I've moved up in the world. TVs, couch.
Look
back
at that.
there.
Hey.
If I expanded the picture, you could see I'm in Dubai right now, actually. So, you know, I'm in
Dude,
Dubai.
your green screen looks awesome. It looks very high quality. It's like really sharp around.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess, though. It's like there's like the regular. There's like I was gonna like redo the office, so it's like I didn't need the green screen, but I'm like, I'm lazy. Okay.
You can do whatever you want. You can be in Dubai, in Paris, in space, wherever you feel like.
That's right. I mean,
That's
let's take a little walk. I can be at a barn.
Look at that. Now we're in a cartoon farm.
Yeah. Now we're celebrating 4th of July. It's Christmas time. On a pirate ship. There's my arcade.
I love the arcade one. I love
I'm in
the
a
arcade
bear
one.
cave. I mean, there I am with Transformers. I don't know what I got on.
Transformers. I
Yeah,
loved
let's go to
your
the
talk
arcade.
about Transformers with Arizona.
Yeah.
Our friend Az yesterday was really cool. I gotta do that song, man, that you keep bullying me for. You got the touch.
Yeah, man. You mean yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. But since we last spoke, you hit a major. Actually, both of us did. Actually, but you had a major milestone of 1 million subscribers. Holy
Yeah.
crap, dude! That's incredible.
It was my main goal since the beginning. Was the main one. The number I wrote down when my mentor asked me, "Hey, what do you want from life?" I wrote that on a piece of paper. I want 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
And that was 5 years ago.
No, that was almost 10 years ago.
10 years, man. But you
Yeah.
weren't on YouTube for 10 years, were you?
I was on YouTube since 2007 or 6, but it wasn't like a committed thing, right? It was more of a tool that I was using to get my music career the traditional way, like recording an album and trying to show it to the right people so I could beg for an opportunity, right? So I was trying it that way until 2017. And on 2017, at the end of 2017, I started going full time on YouTube. I left all behind, burned all the bridges, and started going once a week, one video a week on YouTube.
But it wasn't just music videos you posted. You were just posting random.
Yeah, I was
Hi,
trying.
how are you?
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. type of
Gaming
stuff.
stuff. I had some gaming stuff there. I believe I privated it now. I don't know if people can find it. Let me know so I can private it. But
Dude, every now and then, one of your like 5-year-old videos of you going, "I need to apologize," like is like up.
oh, that one.
And you were like, you put the middle finger up. You're like,
Yeah.
and then you're
That
like,
was
hey,
my
don't mind me.
first-
I'm just having some fun, everybody. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was like I think I had 7,000 subscribers during that one. It was my first controversy
Yeah.
when I did the American anthem. A lot of people didn't like it, so that was my
Really?
apology video. We didn't talk about it. We didn't talk about it
No.
last time.
Wait,
this.
You had a controversy?
Yeah, at only 7,000 subscribers or something like that, and people started talking crap just because I recorded the Star Spangled Banner song for 4th of July. And most of my audience is American, so I wanted to do something for them.
Yeah.
So a lot of people started talking crap, and then I made that apology video. For the people at home who don't know, it wasn't a real apology. I ended up
it was
showing
hilarious.
them the finger.
It was hilarious.
It was a long time ago. Wow.
Wait. So people were saying you shouldn't be singing to America, or you shouldn't.
There's
like...
a lot of anti-Americanism in the world.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And before, I didn't have a lot of opportunity. I wasn't on Twitter, and I wasn't like doing podcasts like this, like TNME, like hanging out on Friday Night Tights or with you guys on Geeks and Gamers. So people really didn't know me. So I would attract an audience that wasn't really like me, that wasn't really, like Ripa says, rocking with me. So some people just got really shocked that I did the American anthem, not being an American. A lot of let's just say non-leftists Americans, because it's not only the right wing that hates the left. Everybody hates the left.
Yeah.
But a lot of non-leftist Americans were very happy I did that song. But yeah, a lot of leftist Americans and non-Americans were unhappy.
I didn't even know that. And you just like stuck your middle finger. The apology was great.
I thought it was a good opportunity to show them who I was, because you gain nothing. Back then I already knew, and I had like great YouTube mentors and great people teaching me that from the beginning. It's not I don't credit myself alone for that realization, but since then I already knew that I have nothing, absolutely nothing to gain by hiding who I am or pretending to be something that I'm not, because if I do that, I will be attracting people that will make me a hostage.
Yeah, that try to control you.
They will make me a hostage to that character that I'm pretending to be. And once I get tired, I'm pretending to tired of pretending, I'll still have to pretend, because now I depend on that character, and that is not good. That's never good.
Let me ask you this. Before you kind of understood that you could make a lot of money on YouTube, before YouTube kind of found its way, you were going to use YouTube to try to get noticed by like either a band or a record album or something like that, right?
Absolutely. That was my strategy. And so, it worked more or less, because I got a lot of students. I was teaching singing at the time. That was my main source of income. And also making I recorded. I was like a music mercenary. I recorded vocals for bands without being part of those bands. That's what we call a session musician.
Yeah.
So I was a session musician as well for a long time, and most of my gigs came from people finding me on YouTube, including my most crazy gig of all, me doing back vocals for the Christopher Lee album, Christopher Lee's metal album. Did you know I did that?
I did not know you did that.
Yeah. The second metal album by Christopher Lee, for the people at home who don't know, classic Dracula, Saruman from Lord of the Rings, Count Dooku from Episode 2, The Attack of the Clones. Christopher Lee, at 91 years old of age, recorded a metal album.
Good for him, man.
Yeah, he was freaking badass. And I recorded backing vocals for that album.
So all right, that's
At,
so you recorded that in your
like
studio.
At like 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers.
So they contacted you. They sent over. I'm assuming you had to sign stuff, right?
Yeah, had
so
to
then
sign
like
a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
So then they send over the music, and then you have to go to a professional studio, record it.
I recorded in my own home studio.
Wow.
My own home studio with a budget of probably, I don't know, $500 was my home studio at the time. Dude, at this level of your career, you got to be resourceful. So instead of like buying expensive equipment to acoustically treat my room, I would like hang blankets on the walls and mattresses and those egg boxes. How do you call them? Those
Cartons?
kind of foam cartons of eggs. I would hang those on my wall because they absorb the sound as well. So it was a very good but extremely low budget home studio. And I had to find my ways of do stuff because I didn't have a lot of money just teaching singing students. But yeah,
That is like, and it came out that good. That's wild, man.
well, it was acceptable for them, so they were happy with it. Nowadays, I look bad at it. I was like,
But still, that should prove to everyone listening, there should be no excuses.
Yes, absolutely.
If there's something that you want to get done, there's no excuse. I don't have the money for this special foam padded room.
resourceful.
No excuses, man. Get out there and get it done.
Yes, be resourceful, man, because you never know who's watching. And even if you have like 3,000, 4,000 subs, I think I had 4,000 at the time, you never know who's watching. You never know who might give you that opportunity that you're being
I was at
dreaming about.
8,000 subscribers when Gina Carano contacted me after she watched one of my videos. That was
8,000?
it. Yeah. Not even 10,000 subs. Not even
What year was that?
4 years ago.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So when I met you, you were at more or less 8,000.
Yeah.
Because I met you like I remember I met you a little bit before that happened.
Yeah, and all I wanted was 10,000 at the time. It's because at the time, YouTube rewarded people for subscribers. Now they don't. It used to be when you hit like 5,000 or something around that, they would give you memberships. If you hit 10,000, they gave you a store underneath your, you could sell t-shirts.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And that was my goal. I was like, all right, I want to get to the place where I got memberships and I got a store. Then I don't really need anything else. Like everything is, it's all there for me. And if we grow, we grow. But I'll just build a community that will.
You can do a lot with that. You can do a lot with just that.
That will want to buy the shirt. But now it's like once you get monetized, they're like, take it all, baby. And you get monetized with 500 subscribers now. Before it was 1,000.
Sorry. Back when I started in 2007, you were monetized from zero. You could just apply and make an AdSense account. And I don't know if Giovanni is watching this because Giovanni watches the podcasts I'm in. But I think Giovanni remembers. Giovanni's my editor for the people at home and my childhood friend. I told Giovanni at church when I started making my first cent of dollar on YouTube. And I came to him and was like, look, man, I'm making 1 cent a month without having to work, without having to do anything. And he was like, yeah, man, let's go.
I don't care who you are. The first time you get monetized on YouTube or something, and those first 20 cents come in, it's exciting, man. You're like,
And
once I made it. I'm gonna go buy my Lamborghini now. Let's go.
And your first withdrawal, when it gets to $100 and you can withdraw, it's like, yes, I am famous.
I know. We're all going to Taco Bell and pizza. man, it was
The simple joys of being a small
it's
creator.
crazy. But then, so let's thank you for the 400 people here. I see everyone in the chat just having
Let's
a great
go.
time conversating. Thank you so much. I will get to super chats about 10 more minutes, and we'll go through a couple, and then we'll continue the conversation. I do hope this is motivating for some. So we started YouTube to get noticed to be a singer and sign a deal. Are you glad that didn't happen? Because now you're your own boss.
Yes.
You make your own money. You're your own business. You know, it's like,
bro,
I don't need that anymore. Yeah, I mean, some people love it. Don't get me wrong, but it's like,
no, there are advantages and disadvantages depending on your personality. Something may be more right for you, but I just can't stand being an employee. It's nothing wrong, nothing morally wrong with it. I was just born with this weird personality that I don't like to work for people. I like to work with people, but I don't like to work for people. Even though
most people are like that, though, Dan. We would rather be our own boss, but we just don't know how to get there. You know.
But some people like to have peace and quiet in life. And working for a business, working for someone, gives you a lot of that in terms of course, your boss can take away your peace, but I mean, in terms of risk, you that's not your business. That's not your ass on the line when you're not the owner of that business. You know what I mean? So some people prefer that, and I can see and understand that. I prefer to assume the risk myself and just do my own thing. So if I had gone through the traditional path, I wouldn't be my own boss, as you said. And also medium-sized musicians, medium to small-sized musicians, unless you're big, unless you're Metallica or something like that. But most bands that you listen and that you enjoy, they don't make a lot of money, man. We don't realize that. We think they're richer. They're much richer than they actually are. And I can say that from experience, not going to name any names because it's not my goal here to shame anyone, but I've met musicians that I've been idolizing their whole lives, and they were asking me to lend them money.
No, bro, listen, there are multiple musicians that have come out in documentaries that have like performed in front of tens to 20,000 people and have come out with like $5,000 to $10,000, and they're just like, something's wrong here.
Yeah,
you know, even like people might not listen to them, but the old NWA hip hop group with Ice Cube and Eazy-E. Ice Cube left because they were performing and going on tour and making these #1 hit songs, and they're like, I can't even afford to pay my rent.
Yeah.
So Ice Cube was like, I got out of there because this is wrong. Like somebody's stealing from us. You know, like that. TLC was another one. They were like, they came out broke. Some of these boy bands that had these big #1 hits, they came out with like hardly any amount of like no money, not having license to their own merchandise, not having a license to their own name. It's crazy because they're young. You get excited. You see the fame, you see the women, you see all that. You just start signing stuff, man. You know?
Exactly. But even if you take all the precautions, even if you lawyer up and make sure you sign very good, deals, it still might be not worth it for you because it's a whole apparatus that made sense in the 80s. Because we didn't have the democratization of content creation that we had today. So it made sense back then. But nowadays, it's a whole apparatus to make stuff that you can do yourself, that you can do at home. You can reach your audience yourself without middlemen, without gatekeepers, and it's all dependent on you. There are the age of the age of the middleman. It's over. There's
100%.
Yeah, there's no magic guardian that you have to impress. No magic guardian standing at the gates of your dream anymore. It's there in front of you, and you just have to run the distance towards.
No, 100%. I mean, that goes for that goes for even trading stocks now. It's like you don't need to pay a middle guy.
Yes.
If you're educated on something, there's no excuse. Writing a book, you can write your own book. You could put it on Amazon and it won't cost you anything. Imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
It's all there. There's no excuses. It's just like now it becomes a lot of it has shifted. It's become marketing. Now you got to make sure.
Yes.
Jen and Sil were in my chat. I'll be interviewing them soon enough. They make horror movies, So it's like they just went out and did it.
Hell yeah. Like it's the age of the independent creator. Now, what happens to some creators, and I think some creatives still have somewhat of a need for someone else to be the brain of the operation, because a lot of creators are like, they don't want to have to think about marketing. They don't want to have to strategize. Like the stuff that Rippaverse is doing, the stuff that Rippa did all by himself before he even had a team. He created a connection with his own audience. He assembled the eyeballs necessary to make his dream come true. A lot of people don't want to have to think about that. So those people might benefit from maybe a record deal or a publisher deal in case of a book, that sort of stuff. And but you just have to realize that you will pay the price in terms of, first of all, making a lot less money, and second of all, not having 100% of autonomy, which for me is a deal breaker.
Yeah, because man, people that write or create movies or short films or anything like that, if you're under somebody else's umbrella, you never know what's going to explode. Have you ever heard of the book Elf on the Shelf?
No, I haven't.
Okay, in America, I'm sure everyone in my chat, maybe across the seas too, this woman wrote a book called Elf on the Shelf. It's a fascinating story, and it comes with a little Christmas elf, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically the whole thing is you do this with your children. Every morning, the parent moves the little elf, so the kids go like, "Oh, the elf moved at night," right? It's this whole story. Well, she developed this kid's book, and she tried to sell it to different publishers and different places, and like the deals were terrible and all that stuff. She's like, whatever, and like nobody really took her, and then the ones that wanted to take her basically wanted to rob her and everything. So she said, "You know what? I'm just gonna do it myself." She
what
didn't
year
know
was that? Do you know?
It was I want to say 10. But anyway, she did it herself in this new age of you can do it yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that thing sold multi-millions of it still sells today. Multi-gazillions of books and like plushies and everything. And I remember listening to her talk about how everyone told her this will never work. No one will care. You better hire a publisher. You better have it. Like they just told her everything negative. And she's like, I believed in this. I did it. And now look where we are. Now everyone is, all those naysayers. Now they want to work for me. It's
absolutely.
It's crazy how all that stuff is. I want to show you something real quick. And then we'll get into some super chats. This is, since you're a businessman on YouTube primarily. Is that clear to say? YouTube is part of your business, man.
Yeah, right? YouTube. I guess YouTube's my main headquarters. Yeah.
Was YouTube the start of your business? Should we say that?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I can say the same thing. So these are some statistics, which is quite interesting. This is why I believe everyone should have a YouTube channel. Regardless of what you're doing, at least to promote. Even if no one's watching, you just got to keep moving forward.
You literally have nothing to lose.
Yeah, it's free. Use all these free platforms. Now there's tons. There's Kick, there's Rumble, there's so many. Anyway, YouTube has 2.6 billion monthly active users.
Wow.
Billion.
That's like
with 7 billion people on Earth. That's 1 out of every 3 people. I hate when it does that. I don't know, but whatever. 1 out of every 3 people use YouTube.
1/3 of humanity.
Bro, that's insane.
Yeah.
As of 2023, there are 113, almost 114 million YouTube channels. Yeah, out of 2.6 billion active YouTuber users, just only 4% have their own channel. So out of all these billions of people, only 4% of you guys out there have your own channel. Most people use YouTube for their own entertainment. I know I do. Before I even turn on the TV, I usually turn on YouTube and see who's streaming or whatever. Stuff
So
like that.
I wonder what exactly they mean by channel, because just by making an account, you have a channel. Correct?
You actually, technically, these are people that have channels with no content. I believe that's
so
what this
I
is,
wonder if they're considered channels if there's something there.
right.
That's probably it.
That's true. So this could be actually less. So then, you
Yeah.
know, somebody might have just uploaded something for whatever, you know. How many YouTube channels have a minimum maximum number of subscribers shown on the table? This is where it gets wild. So I'm going to scroll. These are like kind of the numbers here, but we'll go down. How many YouTubers have 1,000 subs? Out of, what did we say how many channels there were?
100 and something million.
So 114 million
114
channels.
million.
Only 10 million have 1,000 subs. That's
yeah, less than 10%. Yeah.
And the reason why I wanted to show this is that if you are starting a YouTube channel and you are frustrated because you can't hit that 1,000 subscriber goal, just remember only the top 10% of YouTubers hit 1,000. So don't think
top
that
8%.
you're failing.
Yeah.
You know, use that as a use that as a motivation. Like, if I hit 1,000, I am above, what it's supposed to be. It's so like that's, I thought it would be a lot higher. But yeah. So actually, basically it's 8%. So only 8% of YouTube channels.
Your top 8% of all YouTube channels if you have 1,000 subscribers.
So use that, as motivation. I only got 300. Hey man, you're not doing terrible.
Yeah.
So like you're not doing, and then when you get to 1,000, that's not bad. You're top 8%. Like if you were the top 8% of wealth in the world, you would you would be like, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah. The advantage of having 1,000 subscribers are numerous. You can share social media posts, blah blah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that they've changed. How many YouTubers have 10,000 followers? Now I have my Drunk 3PO channel just crossed 100,000, but I also have History of Pirates, Jaywalking the Planet, this channel. None of them have hit 10,000 followers yet.
The other ones,
this is at least 10,000 subscribers will present on 2 million YouTube channels. That means you're in the top 1%, 1.75% of all channels. That's crazy low.
10,000 subs. Oh man, I remember my 10,000 subs video.
That's crazy low. 1%, dude. That's insane.
So when I was making that video, however many years ago, I think six years ago probably, I was already at top 1%.
I know, and I'm saying this as a form of motivation. It's like, because like we're in a space where people like Gary, Jeremy, like people that might be here, they see a lot of channels that are way over 100,000, close to 1 million, half to 1 billion, and it's like, was that the norm? That is not the norm whatsoever. Not even close. The fact that there's 400 people here watching is not the norm for a channel that's only 1,700 subs. It should be. It's usually just 10%.
It's
so
kind
it's
of
like
an illusion because we only see the big channels because they're big, and we think all of our channels should be like those. But no, it's just an illusion. Most of them, the vast majority of them, are very, very below that.
Yes.
That's a very interesting perspective.
So once we get to 100,000, there's not even. Thanks for the pre-highlight. there's only 321,000 YouTube channels that have reached 100,000 out of 114 million.
So your top 0.3%.
Yeah,
of
0.28.
UJ are the top 0.3%.
That's insane when you think about it, and like that's incredible.
You're not even top 1%. You're top 0.3. It's amazing.
All right, so now we're gonna get to Dan. How many YouTubers have 1 million subscribers? YouTube will send you a gold creator award. Did you get that?
No, they send you an email. I think I didn't get the. I need to.
Just look into it.
Yeah, I need to look it up.
How many YouTubers have 10 million subscribers? 10 million or more people subscribe to at least one out of 100.
I don't have 10 million. You went too far. You went too far. Maybe one day.
Wait, did we just skip over 1 million?
How many YouTube? Go up.
That's 100,000.
100,000. How many YouTubers have 1 million? YouTube will send you. Oh, they don't say
anything here.
They don't have data for that. It's too awesome.
It didn't say anything. 10 million subs is like 0.00096%.
Damn.
50. There's only 35 channels with 50 million.
1 in 3.5 million.
Yeah. There are only 5 YouTube channels in the entire world that have 100 million subscribers.
Yeah, so the nerds in the chat can do the math and discover how many channels exist with 10 million subscribers.
That's crazy. All right, so everyone's doing 0.28 with 1 million. Again, I showed that stat just to number one to congratulate Dan for an amazing achievement.
Thank you so much.
Because that is it's incredible.
Thank you.
And also that for those that are trying to figure out what they want to do with a YouTube or something, like it's don't think that your channel is low or dying or anything, because
no. And you can make a living out of YouTube if you're creative with only a few thousand subs, maybe even less. I was already making a living out of YouTube, considering that I was getting a lot of gigs from YouTube. Back when I had a couple thousand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like, but you don't even have memberships, right? Turned on.
I don't, for some weird reason. Maybe it's because I never go live, but I have memberships on Super Vasc 3D.
Yeah. I think it's the. I think you have to go turn it on inside the studio.
I already went to check and it's not there.
Interesting.
Maybe I should, I don't know, send an email to someone. But I don't.
Hey man, if it ain't broke and you ain't going live, don't mess with
I'm not going live there. Yeah.
You don't want them thumbing their nose like, hey, wait a minute here.
Yeah, I get nervous when I go live.
Yeah, I do
channel.
too. Every time I get an email, they're like, hey, we got something wrong with your AdSense. I'm like,
oh
yeah, you fixed it. Keep on living.
Yeah.
All right, let me grab
now that you're spreading your eggs to more baskets, now you get less nervous.
Dude, when Drunk 3PO got demonetized for no reason, it was their error. I was like, I went live on the gaming channel and like people came over and they were like, we love you, man. Like, here, it's like, it's all
exactly.
Good, man.
You discover who the real ones are, both in terms of audience and in terms of your peers. When that sort of stuff happens.
We're gonna go through some of these questions for Dan real quick. Jabba the Whoop, Eagle Jane, Cheryl. Did I say that right?
Yeah, Cheryl.
All become a member, and Night Stealer gives some membership. We do a little fun thing here for members that I try to get rid of, but no, you have to play it every time.
I knew it.
The Rose Tico. If you're a member, you can put the Rose Tico emojis in the chat. Simon, Is that Simon or Simone?
Simone.
Hey, Dan, as a musician myself, I would like to hear about your musical journey from the very beginning to today. I think we covered a lot of it, no?
Yeah.
When and how did you start? Which instrument do you play? Thanks. Hello from Germany.
Hello. Well, I play a little bit of everything very badly. I think that should be the case for every singer, especially singers who are music producers. You should understand a little bit of everything very badly. Like a jack of all trades it's not extraordinary at anything, but at least you can give your opinion.
Yeah. I play piano and drums. And a
Drums
little
too?
little spot of a guitar. I started playing drums
I
in
knew.
church because we didn't have a drummer, and it just happened like no one stepped up in like the youth group band, so I was like, I'll do it.
It's always like that.
So it was like, so then it's like, okay, Jay, you did good, and I just did the simple like simple 1-1, like 1-4. They're like, all right, you're hired. So then it was like, all right, let me practice a little bit. And so
a very cool memory that I have with you is one of our first Mario Kart streams that Ripa and Jeremy started like yelling at each other like crazy for like half an hour, and then Jay pulled up a guitar.
I pulled out the guitar and started.
And we started singing and playing. Me and Jay started. I think we sang Bon Jovi.
I love playing the piano. San Fran Meth Man for 2. Look at that picture. It says hi, Dan.
I love that picture, man.
Any story behind that one, or?
Sometimes I get bored and I take funny pictures.
I thought that's the everyday look.
Sometimes I send you some.
I know. I laugh. Sometimes I can't open it in public either. I can't for 10. Trump, cows are my favorite animal. Pirates and butter dishes. I love them too. Bigly gay Brazilians. They're okay, I suppose. I'm just kidding. Dan is awesome. Yeah, Trump came out and said cow is his favorite animal. I feel justified.
Oh, really?
Cow is my favorite animal.
I saw a clip from Trump. He was speaking at some place, and someone yelled, "Gays for Trump!" And Trump said, "Who said that?" Me. And he looked at the guy. You don't look gay.
Yeah. You don't look gay. Another one from, I'm going to say Simon until I get corrected in the chat. If I say it wrong, I am very sorry. So other than working out, cardio, and gaming, which are your favorite free time activities, Dan, glad you did Star Spangled Banner and the apology. Yeah.
Thank you.
Apology. Well, working out, cardio, and gaming, what is your other favorite free time activities?
Well, they pretty much summed up my life.
Yeah, that's it.
I love collecting video games and
hold on.
Old
Simone.
Media. It's
sorry.
Simone. Okay.
It's not Simon. It's not spelled with an E. All right. I'll edit this out before I re-upload it. Simone. Let's do that one more time. Simone Black. Other than working out and cardio and gaming, which are your favorite free time activities?
Well, answering that question for the first time now, I say that's pretty much all my free time activities. I love working out. I love collecting games, physical media, movies, vinyl. I love it. It's what keeps me sane.
You have an amazing collection over there.
I love it, man.
You like the retro computers and stuff like that?
Yeah, big box PC games from the MS-DOS and early Windows. Windi. How do you say that?
I don't know. I couldn't even get Simone right. So
early computers. I love the packaging, man. Look at this. The games used to be the packaging used to be huge because that used to be their marketing.
Yes.
You went to the store. Remember buying games blindly, not knowing what they would be, because all you had, maybe your parents would give you a few bucks to buy one magazine per month or something like that, but you didn't know if that game would be any good. So you would buy it for the cover art. So it was really cool, and there's nothing like discovering a stupidly cool game just by accident.
I discussed this with Heel vs. Babyface about the Transformers, the original toy that came out in 84, 85. They did that too with the packaging. On the packaging, they made the packaging very interactive.
Same thing.
Glasses to read the back of the box, the power levels of the toy. They also had little coupon things you could cut out and mail in and get free stuff. There was also everything was about presentation from front to back packaging. Now it's just like you could just rip the package over and it means nothing.
Yeah, no, and in terms of games, there's no packaging anymore. Physical media
No
for
cool fan art either, it's like
Bro, it was so much part of the experience.
Yeah.
Opening the packaging of the game and looking at the manual. And
Yeah.
I showed on a TNME, or it was Bro Science, I don't remember, the X-Files game for Windows. It was like an experience. It's so unfortunate that that's gone.
yeah. Simone again. I did that one.
That's the same one. Yeah.
Singers need to maintain a certain care routine for their voice. What is yours on normal days and around recording sessions, Dan? That's an excellent question.
Yeah, it's pretty much about taking care of yourself, take care of your own body, because if you take care of your body, your voice will follow. And also but there's also some specific stuff as well. Like I avoid drinking cold beverages whenever I can. Of course, it's not a religious thing. Sometimes when I'm out with friends, I will have a cold soda or something. But at home, I never drink cold water. That's something interesting for singers to avoid.
What about lemon juice? Have you heard the story about drinking lemon juice before you sing or anything like that?
Yeah, that mostly stems from foods that contain vitamin C, and people relate the health of the voice with not being with not having the flu. So, but that's mostly it's mostly not a big deal. Just take care of yourself. Take care of that you not get sick.
Yeah.
In general, and that in general will be very good for your voice.
That is, I never heard the cold water thing. Like that's
avoid
interesting.
Avoid it because the vocal folds are muscle and I forgot the word in English. Muscle and mucose. Is that the word in English? I don't know. It's like it's muscle. It's partly muscle, and like any muscle, you can screw it up by altering the temperature of it all of a sudden. And you should take care you don't do that. And also take care of your resistance to getting sick. When you drink a cold beverage after you're eating something, a warm burger or a warm piece of steak or something like that, that alteration of temperature all of a sudden, or it's cold and then it's warm, that lowers the resistance of your body to disease. So just in general, take care that you don't get sick. Of course, I'm not a doctor here. This is all bro science here that we're talking about, but just in general, take care of yourself.
Yeah, be overall healthy, and anything that you do, it will be a little easier. So Donna Hall for $5. My two main ringtones are the what is that?
Orion's
Ray version of
Rain.
Thunderstruck and Fur Ellis. Did I say that right? Favorite alarm is Take You Back.
Take You Back. Do 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 from Rocky.
You sang that?
Yeah, I did that. And why am I blanking on his first name? Stallone's brother, Frank Stallone.
Frank Stallone.
Frank Stallone commented. He left a comment on my
Did he
video.
really?
Yeah. He follows me on Instagram. How insane is that? Yeah.
I don't know. Something like that.
One.
I remember that
one.
from the movie, yeah.
He follows me on Instagram.
Everywhere.
I was so happy when I saw that.
Guinevere with a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you. Cheryl for $5. Hi, Jay and Dan. Dan, a few months back, you posted some art you made using Unreal Engine 5. I thought they were great. Are you still doing that?
No, that was just a hobby, just something interesting that I was checking out. But it's useful knowledge if I ever want to add some special effects to my videos or something like that. now I know how to mess with Unreal Engine 5.
That's cool. Always
Yeah.
learning, man. That's like the best. That's like the
It's
best
cool.
thing. I want to
wanna
answer
learn...
this.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I want to answer this question. It's not a super chat, but he goes, I have 200 subs, but even if I had 2,000, I wouldn't monetize because I hate advertisement or adverts on other people's channels, so I wouldn't subject the folks to mine. So let me give you a little bit of information. If you don't put advertisement on your videos, YouTube does it automatically, and they receive all the money. So if you have the opportunity to be monetized and you decide, hey, I don't want to do this because I don't want people to watch ads, it is in the terms of service. They came out 2 years ago and they said, if you don't put ads on your on your videos, we're doing it and we get to keep all the money. So there's no way around ads on channels.
And also, I think there's, with all due respect, sir, there's something off with your mindset. You are not subjected to ads when you watch a free video that someone made for you on YouTube, and in exchange for absolutely nothing other than your time. You're not being subjected to that. You're not being forced to watch that. You can click away. It's 5 seconds of your time for something that you're enjoying for free.
Yeah, and the other thing too is like if you want to show less ads, you can put just one ad at the beginning, and then YouTube won't put any more in. So if you feel like I just only want people to see one.
Yeah, with that said, yeah, I'm not talking crap to the.
Oh no, I know that. We know that.
But there's definitely something I agree with, which is there's such a thing as ungodly annoying amount of ads that you can put like in long format videos. Every 10 minutes there's an ad. Like just read the room. The creator needs... I don't put ads on my live streams while I'm streaming. I think it's so annoying, man.
Yeah,
it's definitely something.
I don't.
Yeah, and YouTube keeps bugging you to do it.
I get a notification right now. They're like, hey, now's a good time to put an ad in there.
Yes.
I'm like, no. Every now and then I'll push the button and then I'll tell my chat, like, did you guys see an ad? What did you see? They're all like, it's the Kamala ad. I'm like, oh, see, this is why.
Oh, no.
Spearing gifted a membership. Thank you, Spearing. Hope you're doing well. Simone, discipline and structure are important in a person's life. Do you have daily routines? What does a normal day of recording day look like for you? Damn, man, Simone coming in with the hot questions, man.
Thank you, Simone. But nowadays, I'm a little bit more relaxed. Now I'm at, it's how I said when I was on Ripa's channel. Now I'm at the promised land section of the journey, right? So now I'm able to enjoy more the results of what I strived for. But back when I was in the desert portion of the journey, my routine was Monday, record vocals. Tuesday and Wednesday, mixing. Thursday, recording video and editing. And Friday, I will release a video. And then I will relax on Saturday. And on Sunday, I will rehearse the song for the next week.
Last time we spoke, I remember you telling you had to make a lot of sacrifices to get to the promised land.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember, like there were, and I hear this from people all the time, and it goes even from myself, where it's like, if you get to this place where I want to be successful in my passion, everything else has to take a back seat for at least a period of time, like hanging out with friends, going to different things while everybody's else doing something else. You're working, right? Did you have like months, years like that? Like
absolutely, man.
Where it was like, they're like, you don't hang out with us anymore, Dan.
Yeah,
come on.
Yeah, you have those kind of friends that will say it. Just they'll play like the little devil on your shoulder. No, man, you gotta enjoy life. What is life? What good is? What is life for if not to enjoy it? You don't need to be working all the time. And it's like, yeah, I agree with you, but I want to enjoy life more in a few years. I want to be able to enjoy life much more than the average person in a few years. So that's what I'm having to do this. And some friends would understand. Some friends wouldn't even get to that point. Those are the ones that who are still my friends today, they wouldn't even get to that point of shaming me or anything like
The
that.
thing
They
is,
understood,
yeah.
right?
No, when you're doing your passion, right, it doesn't even seem like work, but it's like you got to get to a point where I can feed myself, I can pay my rents or
Yeah.
whatever, pay my mortgage, pay my car, whatever bills you have,
Yeah.
you know, and
In
then
the
you get,
beginning, I couldn't even do that.
yeah,
In the beginning, I moved with my mom, and so a guy, 26 years old, living with his mom, and there was of course no sex, no girlfriends, no dating, and of course going out with friends was extremely limited. And yeah, it was not fun, but at the same time, it was because I could see myself where I am today. I would
yeah,
like every time I would be tired or disencouraged for some reason, I would just imagine how life would be once I got here. I would see today as
yeah,
I live my life today, surrounded by cool games. I didn't have money to collect games. I would
yeah.
watch like retro gaming channels like Cinemassacre and Metal Jesus Rocks and LGR. Those channels kept me sane because I would live my hobby, which I wanted to be my hobby, through their channels and be like, that will be me one day. One day I'll have the time and money to start collecting games too. It's just really important to keep the goal in mind.
That's the kind of thing that should keep you motivated.
Yeah.
Because there's too many times where people I talk and not that I don't ever remember being one of these people, but I hear it, and I'm sure everyone in the chat hears it over and over, where people just hate waking up and going to their job, and they wish that they could do anything else, and it was like, you know, or make more money or do a project that they really loved or anything, and they just never ever they lived in the excuse, right? They
Yeah.
kind of lived in the excuse of I don't have enough time. I don't believe that. I think there are entertainment things you could cut out of your life to find at least
Yeah.
30 minutes a day that you could work towards
Once
your
you
goal.
investigate further
Yeah.
that individual's life, the individual who says that, oh, I just work the whole day, don't have time to get out of the rat race, and then you investigate a little further. What are you doing 8 p.m.
Yeah.
at night? Oh, he's drinking beer in his
Yeah,
couch
yeah, he's
on his
hanging out.
couch, watching TV.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Absolutely. And it's like I know for me, I had to get to that place of understanding that I do have time. I might not have a lot of money, but you don't need a lot of money to start, you know? And it's basically sitting down and organizing your time, your resources, and where you want to be. And okay, so this journey for me is going to take a little bit longer than this guy, but that's okay because at least I'm on the journey. Like that's the thing, you know. Like at least I'm on the journey. Guinevere for 10 says you need a lot of balls to be an entrepreneur. I agree. Important to
Yeah,
take calculated risks, not stupid wishful thinking. I
absolutely.
agree. And I think the hardest thing about going to business for yourself is the amount of negative press you will get from people close to you. That's the,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, because a lot of people don't, like Dan said it right. We live in such a unique time that in the 70s and 80s and probably even the 90s, it was different. It was like get a job, save your money, buy a house, retire when you're 70, then you could
Yeah.
sit on the couch and have a good drink. We don't live like that's not how it works today anymore. If you want to be an
Yeah.
author, you can do it without any money. If you want to be a singer, there's plenty of things that you could sing and get your stuff out there for people to see.
Absolutely.
I mean, like whatever you want to do artwork, you want to paint. Yes. Is it difficult? Of course it is. It's not easy, but there's no, like, you shouldn't have an excuse of not getting on the path of where you want to be. Like that's the thing.
We have one of our most successful friends, which is Star Wars Theory.
Yeah.
Which is a channel about talking about the franchise he likes.
Yeah.
He became the most successful of us. I think he's the biggest channel that hangs out in our corner of the internet, right?
Yeah.
Who's bigger? No one's bigger.
That I know personally?
It's him.
No. Yeah.
It's Theory. The most successful guy among us is the guy who simply talks about the movies he enjoyed as a kid.
Yeah.
It's such an amazing time to be alive, man.
Mountain Mud for 5. After their first world tour, mostly sold out shows, Van Halen actually owed money to their record label. Mountain Mud for $5.
Man.
That's crazy.
My skin crawls when I hear stories like that, man.
Pie Whacker for 10. Did you decide to go see Man of War when they tour in Brazil? Also, how old are Zelda and Akira?
Yeah, there's a friend of mine trying to convince me to go see Man of War. I need to go. It might be my last chance. The guys are getting old.
You're not a concert going kind of guy though, right? Like,
I'm not.
Yeah.
I go to concerts when the bands come to my city, but I don't like traveling too much.
I live right near Disney World and Universal Studios, so they have these people come all the time, and a lot of times it's free.
Oh, really?
It's kind of crazy. Like they had like even SeaWorld had like half the Backstreet Boys there, and it's like you could just all right, let me take it, but not free. If you have a ticket to the park, you could see them.
Yeah,
but it's
part of the attractions.
But it's not like so if they're singing a song you don't like, you just walk away and then go ride a ride and come back when they're doing I Want It That Way, you know? And then it's just it's such a weird, different experience. So
theme parks are the other basket that you put your eggs on. It's really cool
interesting, right?
Yeah.
Listen, man, theme park YouTuber.
I have a channel about theme parks. It's something I've never seen before hanging out with you guys.
Theme park YouTubers make
it's a big thing.
Serious bank, dude. Like I couldn't when I finally got to sit with after park hopping got a little bit bigger, I got to sit with my chat just froze. Did the chat freeze? Anyway, I'm getting to everything. I got to sit with some of these theme park vloggers. Have been doing it for like 7 years. YouTube puts higher paying ads on their channel because it's not as controversial, you know. It's just like, hey, I'm at Disney World. Here's some ice cream. Here's this. So they get more money per ad than like what the Drunk 3PO channel would get. That kind of bashes Disney and Lucasfilm.
Their CPM must be really high.
Very high. And then the sponsors that they get from tourist companies and stuff like that is insane, man. Just at the end of their video, dude, one guy, he gets almost $3,000 to $5,000 a month to put an ad at the end of his video. Not even at the beginning. Because he gets so many views, and I'm just sitting here like.
And what kind of ad was? What kind of product or service?
Travel agency. So it's like, so he's walking around Disney World, and he's like, here's ice cream, here's a pretzel, whatever. And then it's like, hey, if you want to have a family trip of fun at these theme parks, go check out TravelUSA. Whatever it is. I don't know what it is. Perfect. I just made that up. You know, and it's
perfect. That makes total sense because higher CPMs are usually for products and services that are more expensive. So that makes total sense. So you wanna advertise your expensive products to people who have the money to pay for them on channels who have those people as an audience, and that's why as well. My Amazing Grace video also has extremely high CPM. Why? Because a lot of old people watch that.
Yeah.
And a lot of advertisers want to reach old people with more expensive services and products because old people in general have more money, and not there are not a ton of channels out there that have old people for an audience. You know what I mean? So that video in specific, because of that, it's the same reasoning. It's high CPM, very high CPM.
Dad Bill's in the chat says I have several friends that are Disney park streamers. Yeah, there are people. I have bumped into people that have moved wherever they were to live closer to Disney just to be a Disney streamer because the money is insane. Like, I don't like, listen, any day now, I bet the day's coming when Disney's gonna ban these people, because when I go there with Krista, it's, bro, every 10 feet, man. Every 10 feet, someone's got a live stream up. Oh, yeah, all the time. They ask us how we're doing, how's this going and everything. But these people go every day and live stream for 4 hours every day at the same park. I don't know how it doesn't get boring. I don't know how it doesn't get boring. It's like, I couldn't do it. Like, every day, it's like their job. I go to a theme park every day for 4 hours, rain or shine, whatever it is. And I walk around the park with the live stream on.
Oh, wow.
And it's like they make a living doing that. And I guess, I mean, let me just take it back. Maybe they love it because their old job was so bad.
Yeah.
And now it's like, it's a dream job. Don't get me wrong. It's a freaking dream job to walk around a theme park and eat ice cream for 4 hours every day, I guess. I mean, you get
But it's like you're repeating an experience every day that was designed for you to have like once a year.
Yeah. So,
that's crazy.
You know, it's insane. It's like, I'm sitting there like, maybe that's what I'll do with my Jaywalking the Planet channel when I retire. I'll just be like, I'm here again.
Here I am.
Let's try this vanilla ice cream this time. Sally for $5. This question is for you both. What keeps you or helps you motivated and excited in what you do? Man, that's a good question, because sometimes even talking, like I was telling Dan before the stream, like even talking about Star Wars, sometimes it's man, it's just it gets tedious, you know.
So what do you do?
What motivates me? I hate to say it, it's other people. Well, it's other people that complain how bad their life is. And I go, you know what? My life isn't that bad right now. Also, I have a list. It's not here. It's over. I had something that I made years ago when I was drowning in debt, and I'm not shy. I tell you, I went through a pretty bad divorce years ago, like 10 years ago, and it was like I was drowning in debt, and life was bad, man. Like, it was bad, dude. And it was like, I remember those days, and it's like where all I had to eat was ramen noodle and cereal, and it's like didn't have any money, and like it was. I'm fine, everyone. This was years ago. I dealt with it. It's all good now. Everything is love now, man. Years ago. Everybody goes through something. That's just life. And so just drowning in like debt and everything, and that now it's like I said, remembering those times, it's like that is my motivation every day. It really is. It's like I don't want to go back to that. And who wants to go back to that, right? So it's like, I remember like opening up the refrigerator, and it's like, there's nothing in there, can't afford anything. And it's like, again, like this is 10 years ago, but it's like, you just thought that, that's life. I was going to have this job. I was going to wake up, and that was going to be the end of it, but it wasn't. God had other plans, so and now you can see my face. I'm a little more plumpy. I'm eating okay.
No, you told me a story that you got very fat after that.
Yeah, actually that's true.
And then you had to lose a ton of weight.
When I ballooned to like 315 pounds, man, because all I ate was like dollar burger.
Come on, man. Man up.
I didn't exercise. I was depressed or whatever. I was sad. I thought like life was over. I didn't have any money. I did have a job. I did have a car that kept breaking down. The old story. And I just would buy fast food every day. Like that's all I
Right.
would do. And it's just like you'd eat ice cream and have Taco Bell and McDonald's and like wake up the next day and go to work and then do the same thing and like do the whole thing and all that stuff. And I ballooned. And it was my brother who came over one day and was like, "Man, look at you, bro. Like this ain't you, man. You traveled like by that time in my life, I had traveled the world twice. This ain't about me. This is about Dan. Sorry.
No, I'm interested. I'm
I
interested.
traveled the world twice over. I lived in Haiti. I had done work all over the world, you know, so I'd seen it. And so I was like, I guess those were my good years. And you know, those years are behind me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, I guess that's it. I guess I accomplished everything in life I'm supposed to accomplish. And John, I see you just dropping bombs in the chat. I'm gonna get to it. But it was like I thought those were my best years, and I'm like, well, I'll just live. And my brother's like, man, what is wrong with you, dude? Like, get your fat. Like, he wasn't kind. You know, he wasn't
Kicked your
like,
ass.
yeah, he wasn't like, come on, man, you can make it. No, he was like, I'm gonna punch you in the freaking face if you don't get your fat butt up and change something, because what is wrong with you, dude? Like, it was like that type of motivation.
Yeah.
So I started I was
love.
like, you know what, he's right. It's like, let's just live life, you know. And I started to do something that every day after work I walked for 1 mile. Okay, I was like, let me see if I can do a mile. Oh, I was breathing heavy, man. I'm sure people were like, look at this fat guy walking a mile. Like, you know, I did it outside. Every day, man, for a month. Okay, let's try to do 2 miles. Walk down the street. I timed it out, went back. All right, let's cut out sodas, 2 miles, right? Start to see a little weight loss. All right, let's do 2 miles and do 5 push-ups. Okay, there we go. It was
Hell
like,
yeah.
that was how it was for like 2 years. And now
That's
I'm doing
fantastic.
like push-ups and I'm walking and I'm like, I'm going out. I'm like feeling good. Then you start feeling good. You feel better. You start looking better. Your clothes start fitting better. You know, it's like, oh, dude.
Yeah.
And then I've said this a million times in front of thousands of people. I have no shame. I took someone's advice and I went to counseling for 2 years to figure stuff out. Right. I have no issues. That some people need it. I needed it. I only did it for 2 years. And the counselor was like, you need a hobby, bro. Like, you just kind of wake up and go to work and go back. You need a hobby. He's like, what do you like? I used to like Star Wars, right? Like something like that. And then he said, just start a YouTube channel and talk about it, man. Like, just find a couple of people that will listen to you. And, you know, and so I made this stupid name, Drunk 3PO.
Look at that origin story, man. That's
and
fantastic.
I was invited on, like, I had a Twitter account. It was dumb. Like, I just followed Star Wars accounts, and like these people invited me on like a YouTube live stream back in the day. And then
if you haven't had that crazy, this disastrous divorce, we wouldn't be here talking today.
Yeah.
Is that fair to assess?
Maybe.
A fair assessment?
It might have been.
Look at that.
But it was
fantastic.
I was on this live stream talking about Star Wars in front of 3 people. I thought it was the greatest thing ever. And someone in the chat was like, you should make a video. You should make a video. So I made a couple videos, and the rest is, here I am with Dan Vasc.
Awesome. Here I am with Jay.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of crazy. Anyway,
what are the chances?
Remembering all that.
Because of crazy things that happen to us, and because of our reactions to those things, here we are talking with each other, like from the other side, from the opposite ends of the planet, and both successful, both friends. It's crazy where life takes you if you just react right to the tragedies that inevitably are gonna hit you in life, because some things are impossible to avoid in life. You're gonna go through those hard times. You're gonna go through those tough periods of your life, and what defines where that will take you is how you react to it, how you choose to react to it.
Yeah, it's true, because I could have just sat there and just waddled in my life sucks, you know? And but no, we this brings me to this one. Like, how did you build belief in yourself? I didn't. Someone had to kick my face in for me to I had to be bullied. That's the truth.
Bullying works.
I had to be bullied from someone that was close to me. And now and then I heard some of the best advice. I'm sorry, y'all. I know y'all are here for Dan. Forgive me.
No, this is good.
When I was going through that, I heard some of the best advice that I ever got. And it was wake up every morning and find 3 things to be thankful for. And before you do anything, first thing in the morning, just think of 3 things, even if it's just for running water in your home, even if it's just for toothpaste on your counter. Find 3 things to be thankful for. And I have been doing that forever. And it just starts your day with like not negative, but like actually I'm more blessed than I realized. And it's like, okay, now that I'm walking in my day, I'm not, it's not as bad as I thought it, because in your head, things can get bad quick.
Yeah.
And so it's like, that's how I started having this belief system of like, you know, it's not so bad. So let's go out and do it. You know, like that's how it was. But yeah, I mean, and then,
That's
and
awesome.
then it actually helps later when people come into your life that was like, that says, man, your dreams suck, man. You can't write a book. You can't sing a song.
Yeah.
What the heck? What's wrong
bro.
with you?
Yeah. I'd say I remember some comments that I got on YouTube back in the day that the people like straight out saying like it's cartoony, it's goofy. And people would just say, "Hey, you're never gonna make it." Like, what are you, some villain from a cartoon? Like that person just saying like that. You're never gonna make it. Like that's goofy. But yeah, man. The terms, the thing about believing in yourself, that's a hard concept for me to grasp.
Yeah.
Believing in yourself, you know, because I always had the understanding that you're the captain of your own ship.
Yeah.
That you can make yourself who you want to be. So when somebody uses that expression, how do I believe in myself? It's like, how do you don't? It's like, if you don't like the cell phone here, put it over there. It's like you have power over the reality around you.
Yeah.
If you're not who you want to be, make yourself that. Figure out, and I'm saying as if it were a simple thing. It's a simple concept, but it's not necessarily a simple thing. But it is a simple concept in a way that you have power over the world around you. You can change things. You create cause and effect. Your thoughts can be manifested into actions, and actions create results. Figure out what actions do you need to create the results you want, and freaking take those actions consistently with discipline and strategy, and go and take those actions.
And write this down. I write this down everywhere. Nothing changes if nothing changes.
Yes.
So
yeah, don't wish for stuff. Plan on how to get it. Oh, I wish I was a successful singer. I didn't wish to be a successful singer. I found out how to be a successful singer, and I took those actions necessary to be that. It's rough to touch on that subject without sounding like an asshole, but sometimes it's just
how it is.
Sometimes it's just how it is, man, and it might take years, it might take months, but if you love your goal enough, you will stand whatever it is necessary to stand in order to get that.
Yeah.
You just have to decide to do it and take the action. Take the action relentlessly and consistently. That's what discipline is.
I also think check your circle, man, because like if you can have 1 or 2 people in your circle,
yes,
that kind of sees your vision and encourages you when like you might slide back a little bit.
Yeah, having
a good circle can be so rewarding and take you to it will make you so successful. Having a bad circle will keep you in a pit of darkness, man. And I'm talking about a circle of people around you. Like some people have to just freaking get rid of the people that are around you.
No, everything. That might be the relationships that you have in person, your circle, as you said, but also the things you consume, the mediums and the kind of entertainment you consume. That's why I am so critical of those subgenres of rock like emo and that sort of self-pitiful stuff, man. Just take that poison out of your life, man. Just don't nihilistic TV shows or animes or whatever, comic books, music. Take that poison out of your life, man. Go watch some Rocky Balboa. Go watch Dragon Ball. Go watch Naruto. Just feed your mind things that will make it stronger, not things that will make it weaker. And that's why I'm so adamant nowadays about the lyrics of the songs I sing and the lyrics of the song I compose as well. It's like my audience is not my therapist, man. My audience are people who I want to bless, who I want to give value to. I'm not writing songs for you to hear on your private time, on your room while you're having a sad day. I'm not writing songs about tragedy, about feeling sad, about whatever, about complaining about a breakup. Not gonna fill your mind with that garbage from me, because that is garbage that comes from my mind that I have to deal with myself and that I have to get rid of myself, between me, my family, my close friends, and God. With you, I want to give you my best. I want to share with you my strength, what I have best in me. Don't want to share with you my weaknesses. I want you to listen to my music and feel strong, not feel self-pitiful.
Then just like Dirty Jersey said in the chat, then please cover the touch so I could feel strong again.
Let's go! Those are the sort of lyrics I'm talking about.
I know, man. I love it.
Yes.
Mary just comes in and says, wants to support. Here's $20. Thank you so much. And look at this. Raven dropping 10 memberships to the Rebellion. Remember, this live will be flipped over to members. So if you want to watch the whole unedited version, I'm not going to edit too much out because this is all good stuff. So it will be re-uploaded later, but if you're a member, you could watch from start to finish.
On the profile pic.
Yeah, I know. John gives not only 10, he drops another 10 later. Holy crap. Thank you, brother, for the 10 gifted memberships. Thundarius for 5. Oh, hiya, Jay. Dan, can't wait for you to cover music on my main channel whenever you drop something new. What's next after Man Buns? Or are you, what is that? NDA'd.
NDA'd? I have a project not related to music that I cannot talk about, that I'm NDA'd.
NDA'd.
And I believe Jay's part of it too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Shh. But yeah, after Men Buns Are Gay, it's probably my 1 million subscriber song, the song that I'm still, I still owe you guys that video, the 1 million subscriber video. That's something I cannot let
awesome.
Pass. Yeah.
Thundarius is also an inspiration. The man looked at cancer in the face and
oh really? That's fantastic.
Right, Thundarius? I'm thinking of the right person. I believe so. And punched it right dead in the face. Look at that. Aaron for 2. Hey Dan, what's your favorite Iron Maiden album?
Oh brother. Now you got me. I have my phases. Right now I'm in a Number of the Beast phase. It's really cool album. Really cool. I've been listening to the remasters that are on Spotify. They sound really good.
Bro, you want to know what Thundarius said correct in the chat. Yeah, it was him. Thundarius looked cancer in the face. Gave it a back kick in the back of the head, choke slam, and pile drived it. And now this dude is doing his thing, man. That's more motivation than I could ever give you.
Badass, man. Badass. I lost my dad to cancer, so that hits close to the bone every time I hear about that, man.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Good on you, my friend. Good on you.
You know what I'm listening? You know what's in my playlist right now?
What?
Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
Only because I watched the Netflix show. Oh my gosh, it was about the Menendez brothers. And in the entire series, it takes around that time period when Milli Vanilli was like popular. And so like they keep playing Milli Vanilli in the series, and I'm just like, holy crap, man. Like
Gotta listen to it.
I remember listening to it. But like they're putting it with like people, you know,
What show is that again?
It's called The Menendez on Netflix. And they're two kids. It's a true story of it was really famous here in the States years ago. Two 18, one was 18, I think one was 20, and they killed their parents who were like almost billionaires. Ooh. And they killed them for like money. Yikes. So it's crazy story, dude. It's a crazy story. It came out like they were abused. Anyway, that's a whole nother
I've been watching Tulsa King. Have you watched Tulsa King?
That's next on my list.
Yeah, I've been watching the first season. It's really cool. Really cool. Stallone, man, one of my favorites.
Let's see. Locky, I said that right. $20. Two things. Dan's Titanic song cover retweet was so popular on my Twitter, I couldn't believe it.
Hey, cool.
My heart will go on. Also, I saw Jay in a 5-year-old video this morning, and he hasn't changed a bit, unlike Jeremy and Ryan in the videos. Kings. I'm kind of the same guy. Like, I don't know. I'm glad. I think I've gotten a little chubby because I'm eating a little better around here. But
hey, life's a little bit better now.
Yeah, I like my ice cream, man.
Ryan changed a lot in many aspects.
Yeah. Simone, thanks for your answers, Dan. One more. Which books are the two you currently reading? Which would you recommend and why? I love Lord of the Rings, by the way.
Okay, I have this bad habit of starting a bunch of books at the same time. So now I having to decide like which book I invest on, but I'm reading a bunch of books at the same time. You asked for two, so I'm going to give you a nonfiction one and a fiction one. The nonfiction one would be the bodybuilding book by Arnold Schwarzenegger. I forgot the name. Bodybuilder, the New Bodybuilders Encyclopedia by Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the fiction one, it's Conan. I'm reading the big volume, The Chronicles of Conan the Barbarian. It's like 900 pages. Been reading it for 6 months.
I'm reading I'm reading 2 comic book series.
I'm also been reading comics. Comics don't count. Been reading some Rippaverse.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
comics don't count. I've been going through the Transformers. Oh, so good. But
yeah,
this might shock people, but someone gave me this book, and I'm like a church history junkie, all this stuff. So like someone gave me this book called Jesus Freaks, and it's about
I love DC Talk, man.
Oh yeah, they used to be great back in the day, but they were part of this book that talks about martyrs, like people doing extraordinary things for God in different countries. The way the book is made is pretty cool. It's like old ripped up paper, and it's
cool. I thought it was just old.
It's intense, man. Like I'm like, geez, I hope I don't stand next to these people in heaven. Holy crap. Anyway, it's intense, man. But
bro, that album by DC Talk, Jesus Freak.
Everybody had that album, man.
Every Christian teenager like who liked a little bit of pop rock had that album. I have the DVD as well somewhere.
How old is this book, Chad? People are like, I had this back in high school. Someone sent it to me.
Oh my! So it's
I didn't even
old.
check. DC Talk's not around anymore. Yeah, I guess it is kind of old. They're not. I don't know if they're around anymore.
I would love to see a DC Talk reunion.
Jesus Freak was like, that's when Christian kids were like, can we listen to this, Mom?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
and it sounded so heavy to my ears
at the time.
Yeah. I was in high school and I used to put I had an MP3 player. You had like, you see, kids, we had those little devices just for music called MP3 players. Look at that.
People in the chat are like, what's the name of the book again? Right there. Jesus. Freaks. So it's right next to me.
DC Talk had something to do with that. You have their name and their logo there. But yeah, I used to listen to those guys on max volume on my MP3 player.
Wild, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce this. Nojito is the last name. Azuri. Man, forgive me. I'm a school teacher, so we mispronounce names all the time. Thanks for becoming a member. Marlatum, man, forgive me. Marlatum becomes a member. Thank you. Christine Fernandez, my one of my very first subscribers on Drunk 3PO, who's been with me ever since, just dropped 10 memberships on the channel. Thank you so much. I know you guys all deserve Rose Tico. I'm trying to get through these. Francis, look at that. Always dropping hundreds.
Yes.
Dan and Jay, you guys are such inspirations. I love your channels, and Super Vast 3D is so much fun. Dan, your music is MWA Chef's Kiss. I think you're both are. Listen, doesn't he have a question? Just wants to say, you guys are awesome.
Thank you so much, Francis. Francis is awesome.
Night Stealer for 10. Dan, how did the collaboration with Petra and Beyond Belief come about?
I just took a shot and emailed him. I emailed John Shalit. Do you know Petra, Jay?
I know Petra well.
Yeah, I did a video with John Shalit. Beyond Belief.
Why do I not know this stuff? And I've known you forever, man.
It was
wait. Let me get this straight. You just sent a random email. You didn't send like music or anything with it, or you just said, "Hey, I'm Dan Vasc. Can I sing with you?"
Yeah, and I wasn't that big. I was probably at 200K or 300K, and he responded and said, "Cool, let's do it." And then he said, "Okay, so I'm gonna record on my friend's John Lowry." The keyboard player of Petra. I'm gonna record in his studio. And I said, "Oh man, why did you just say that? Now we're gonna have to have him too." Now I'm gonna have to invite him too. So I had John Shalit, the singer of Petra, and John Lowry, the keyboard player of Petra, on my video, and we covered Beyond Belief, which is one of my favorites.
You're saying you went to America?
No. It was over distance. They
just edited it. They figured it out. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was really cool. One of my main what I consider main achievements.
Man, shout out chat. You're coming in with the hot banger questions, man, making this podcast awesome. Kiwi Classics for 2. Dan, I was offered a rare video game. It's on way to you.
How?
There you go. How are you getting it to Dan?
Yeah, I don't have a PO box.
I don't even know where he lives. He says Brazil, but I don't think so. Rachel Hill for 5. Dan, I'm glad you took your leap of faith. Your music dominates my playlist. Look forward to more Super Vast 3D. Love the conversation, guys. Thanks for the 5.
Thank you.
Old Renaissance Boomer. And when you break into your parents' family, you're not going to college. Be sure to tell them, well, Jay told me. No, I didn't say that. Don't listen to that. This is not financial life advice. Whatever.
I have to have that conversation with my parents. I never graduated college. I left it. Dropped out.
My parents, they were the typical, can you be a lawyer, doctor? And I'm like, have you seen me in school? They basically, when a parent says that, they just want you to be successful. So
yeah, they mean
they don't want you to struggle, So it's like those were high paying jobs back then.
But and also when they were on their journey, that was the way to do it. That was going to college and getting a
that's
job.
how it was. Life
was
is
the way to
different,
do it.
man, and different quick. Albert from Canada with 10 requests for Dan. Here you go. I'm sure you never get requests from anybody.
We have a meme on Bro Science, which is added to the list.
Maple Leafs Forever. Walk This Way with Run DMC version with Eric July.
Hey.
Fighter, Christina Aguilera cover, and Should I See Frozen Ghost cover.
All right. We have something, and we've been cooking something, me and Eric July, for like 2 years. But like it's because it's something that's related to something else, and we need to wait for that something else to release as well. So that's why it takes so long.
And Jeanette, I believe. You are both such inspiration to many, showing that good old-fashioned hard work and dedication pays off. if you're prepared to put in the effort. Thank you for the
good old fashioned
Czar 99. Thank you. Like the
Czar.
avatar too. Vladik, man, you guys got beautiful names.
Beautiful names.
If your name's not John or Bill, I'll probably mess it up. Dan, you're the man. You should check out X3 Bar. Very intense resistance bands. You could use for whole body. Quit going to public gyms because of it. Oh man, as long as I got a home gym with resistance bands too.
That's really cool. Yeah, I've been working out with resistance bands when I was working out at home, like exercises that you would normally have to do with cable machines. You can do a lot of them with resistance bands.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Just be careful if they snap, because
it happens.
It'll catch you. It could catch you in the wrong spot.
It happened a few times with me.
My man Eric K buys me a burger. I'll order after the stream. Thank you, Eric, for the 10. Chicken Big Mac on the way. John again, Ambler, another 10 gifted subscription. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you. Locky for 10. I haven't subscribed to many channels because I have as many TV subs as YouTube, but Jay is the most genuine good guy, so I have to.
He is. Yeah.
You didn't have to, man. And he becomes a
best
member
of
of the
us.
channel. Thank you for the 10, John. 10 gifted subscriptions here. Thank you so much. Subscribers here is only like, what is it, $2, chat? $2 or $3? That's not that much. Dorian for 9. In traffic recently in PA, listening to Dan's Number Beast.
Nice.
Number of the Beast. The guy next to me is waving. He mouthed at Dan. I nodded. Sat there singing with Dan with some stranger in Lancaster. Best traffic jam ever.
What? That's amazing.
You know, you know what's funny? I've been in the car with like some people, and they play Dan Vasc music.
You know that guy?
And I was like, man, you like that guy? He goes, oh, dude, this guy is awesome. And then I called Dan randomly. I'm like, hey, Dan.
I remember that.
And I'm
Yeah.
And they're like,
They'll
you
be
got
like,
his
"What?"
freaking number, Jay. I was like, yeah, thanks for never watching my channel. Appreciate it.
Wow. Yeah, man. Oh, I have a funny story that happened to me this week. So I don't go around telling people what I do, right? And a lot of people in Brazil don't know me because my Brazilian audience is like, what, 4%? The last time I checked was around 4 or 5% of my general audience. So I'm mostly more well known outside of Brazil. But sometimes some people in Brazil will approach me on the street or at the gym. And last week I was working out. I was doing I don't remember what I was doing. I think biceps. I was doing curls, looking at the mirror in front of the weight hack.
The way it should be.
And I suddenly recognized the voice on the speakers, like na 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 na, the Mulan song, and it's my version. And I look at the computer. There's a computer on the corner that the teachers, what's the name in English? P something. The people who work on the gym, they use the computer. I look at the computer, and the guy was like looking at me like that.
That's so cool. He saw you in the gym. He's like, let me play one of his songs.
And I went to him and said, I recognize that voice. And the guy said, why didn't you tell us?
That's pretty funny.
So it's very fun when people discover what I do without me telling them, and they always it's always funny. They get mad. Why didn't you tell me? That's why you're always working out here at 2 p.m. I thought you just didn't have a job.
I don't get recognized that often, but every now and then I always get recognized in the weird places. I was in the bathroom at one of these theme park resorts where Krista wanted to go see, because she likes to film like the exclusive stuff at resorts. So I'm like, all right, I'll take you there. So I was like, I gotta go to the restroom. So I go to the restroom, washing my hands, and this guy's like, oh my God, I'm washing hands next to Drunk 3PO. What's up, man? And like, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm not gonna shake his hand. He just came out of the bathroom, making sure. Then you look down to make sure he's like, got a good lather going. And then we walk outside and we take a picture. It's like, I was like looking for it, because then we walked out talking, and Chris is like, you know him? I was like, no, but he knows me. And I'm like, oh man, like what a weird place to bump into somebody. Anyway, Locky for 10. Oh my God, they both quoted my dad and sister sent me into rehab and I'm losing it. Captain of your own ship and nothing changes. I wouldn't have that life. This stream, man. Yeah. Thundarius for 5. Thank you for being generous. Thundarius for 5 took my channel Cyber Skull Media plus 4 years and 47 videos in a new series and got monetized. Stay the course. We post 4 to 5 times a week now covering music. There you go.
Yeah, man. Awesome. 47 videos. That's not bad.
No, not at all.
My channel really exploded with my Toss a Coin to Your Witcher video. My Toss a Coin to Your Witcher video was exactly my video number 200.
Wow.
So it took me 200 videos.
Bro, that song puts you. Would you say that song put you on the map?
Absolutely.
On YouTube map? Okay.
Absolutely. That was the one.
And it's still getting millions of views today. Like
still, yeah.
So
that's a good thing about doing music on YouTube. It's like it's not like what Gary does or Jeremy does. Like you have to keep releasing videos. No, I release one song.
It's evergreen, man.
And people keep watching the same.
That's like my History of Pirates channel. Like I only upload like once a month, but people still watch all the old stuff all the time and they're still commenting because it's a history, you know, it's like a lesson.
That's what I told you as soon as I started that channel. I said, that's genius, Jay. That's genius that you
I love that channel. Anna S for 5. I find that people who tell me I can't do something empower me. I just want to piss them off.
Yeah.
That's good motivation.
Absolutely.
Rachel Hill for 2. Dan, will you hear any more from Fearless after MOW?
What's MOW?
I have no idea. I'm just reading.
Manowar? Probably.
Oh, Man of War. Yeah,
I think she
means
Manowar.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fearless. Fearless is not done. It's just Fearless is more like a side project for all of us, but it's not done.
This is an excellent question, by the way, from Sky Angel, I'm assuming. For 5, love your music. Any of your older videos that you would reconsider redoing using today's tech? Your music dominates my playlist.
Absolutely. I guess I can talk about this because I've been thinking about it for a long time, and when I start thinking about stuff for a long time, it inevitably will happen. I've been planning something that I call Project Phoenix, which is re-recording my most successful songs, but with the technology and with the resources that I have today. That's why it's called Phoenix, like resurging. It's like a resurrection of those old classics.
People do that all the time, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Bro, I look at most of my, and this is an important lesson for people starting on YouTube. Your first 100 videos will suck. Yeah. So what do you do about that? Oh, I'm just not gonna do it. A lot of people think like that because they are not able to do something as perfect as they wish it to be. They just don't do it. But that's the opposite approach that you want to take. Those first 100 videos will suck. So you need to do them as fast as possible. Get them out of the way.
Clyde in the chat says, except Jay's first 100. No, all my videos suck, even today. I mean, no, but like even if you see my channel, you'll see the progression of where it started, like to where it is today. So it changes.
Every single creator looks at their first videos and cringes.
Oh, dude, yeah. Listen, I held a microphone in front of my iPhone 8 when I started recording videos that wasn't plugged into anything. It was a snowball, but everybody had those microphones, so I was like, well, let me try to be like, and I held it in my hand like a freaking news reporter. It's a big ball. Yeah, it's like, but I recorded on my phone because I didn't have any equipment. Yeah. So I was like, well, here we go. So, you know, that's how it is. I faked it, man.
Funny, man.
Until I got a laptop. Then I plugged it in, and people were like, man, you sound different, Jay. I was
you got something to plug the microphone in.
Finally worked. Simone, we have a huge metal scene in Germany. Wacken Open Air. What do you think about Powerwolf? Do you have any favorite German metal bands? And an awesome chat. Thank you.
Favorite German bands, Halloween, What's the name of the one that Kai Hansen went to when he left Halloween? Gamma Ray, of course. Blind Guardian. Germany has a ton of cool metal bands. And what was the other question?
Oh, that's it. Which ones?
Okay, yeah, those are my favorites.
We're gonna get Dan a special passport, and let's do it. If you do a world tour, can I carry your bags? That's all I want to do.
Absolutely.
As long as I can record the vlogs,
too, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then they let me record vlogs, and so I'm like, that's how I do my thing.
Let's go.
So,
You'll be my roadie.
That's how it is. Unseen Dimensions for 2. Do people think you can do request in an hour? Yes, they do actually. For Dan, they expect you to sing immediately when we give you a request.
Like, in an hour? You wanted me to sing in an hour?
No, he's like, do you think people, like, when they say, hey, we request a song for you to sing, do they think that you could just get it done in an hour? I was like, some people do actually.
Oh yeah, a lot of people don't understand the actual work that goes behind it. Yeah, when I was recording one video a week, it was like no life outside of that. 100% of of my time was dedicated to releasing one music video a week.
Eric K, thank you so much. Gifted 5 memberships to the channel. Thank you, Eric. My man RevKev Geeks Corner also became a member. Much love to you, brother. I hope I get back to Canada to meet you. Cheryl for 10. Graduated college with a BA degree. Never really used it, but still glad I have it. Yeah, I have my degrees too. I don't use it anymore either. Rissa Faye for 5. Beyond belief, a heavy rotation of mine. My daughter wants to know, why is your background a cheese grater? Keep calm and carry on. Wayward son, do it. You talking about me?
Is that?
Oh, my.
Maybe
That's it.
That?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a lamp. It's a cool stylized lamp, not a cheese grater. More respect. Tell your daughter.
I thought they were talking about my first background that I was using. It's like that could go as a cheese grater.
Hey, yeah, probably. Yeah.
I moved it back to the arcade. Everybody seems to like it. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up quickly. Why hasn't Dan put Burn Butcher Burn cover on Spotify? I love his version so much.
Spotify? I need to put it there. Thanks for reminding me.
Let's see. Lynn Hanger 12 for 5. LOL, just getting a phone call and my ringtone is Dan singing Sweet Child of Mine. I love your music. Actually, I love Dan's Kiss by a Rose and Sweet Child of Mine are my personal favorites.
Oh, nice, man. Cool.
So the Kiss by a Rose, that one was
Kiss from a Rose.
Yeah, Kiss from with Seal. That one was amazing. So
yeah, I loved it doing it, man. I loved it. Violet Orlandi, she's incredible.
Mountain Mutt says Dan Tarja. Did I say that right? Annette or Floor?
Yeah, those are the 3 singers of Nightwish.
Okay.
Taria and Floor, and not Annette. Either Taria or Floor, but Annette, I didn't like her. Nothing against her personally.
Sky Angel says, any more Spyglass in the works?
Spyglass in depends a lot on Gabriel, and he moved out of town. But maybe, who knows? You never know.
Don't answer a question you can't answer, too. These are some great questions. These are some of the things I didn't know about Dan Vasc lore. So you guys are doing good.
A lot of stuff you didn't know.
No, I didn't. I didn't know you were like with Petra. Like I didn't know like you were a background singer for, Sauron. So
dude, Christopher Lee, I gotta tell this story.
Lee, go for it, brother.
Christopher Lee almost did the narrations for the Fearless album. Our album, Chronicles of Ancient Wisdom, with my band Fearless, is very cinematic, right? And it's a conceptual album, and it has a story, and it has a narration. Good old McAllister. Oh man, I feel bad I'm blanking on his first name, but it was like 15 years ago. But instead of him, it was supposed to be Christopher Lee doing the narrations for our album.
That would have been crazy, dude.
We were in negotiation with Charlemagne Productions, which is the record label owned by his son-in-law. His son-in-law contacted me to do the backing vocals for his album, And during the negotiations for me to make the backing vocals, I showed him my demo for my band, and I asked him, "Hey, would you like to have Sir Christopher having the narrations for the album?" And he said yes. He said, "Oh, I showed Sir Christopher your music, and he loved it. He thought it reminded him of Lord of the Rings a lot, and he wants to do it." So he was just supposed to finish his scenes for the Hobbit trilogy.
Sauron. What did I say? Saruman? Sorry.
Yeah. His Saruman. So after he finished his recordings with Peter Jackson, which was in London, by the way, he couldn't fly to the United States because he was already so old. He was 92 already at the time. After he was done with that, he was supposed to start the recording for our album. But after he finished the recording for The Hobbit, he got sick, and then he passed away.
Yeah.
So we would have been the last Christopher Lee, the last thing Christopher Lee had ever done. Imagine that.
Incredible. I would have said, "Can you do it in your Count Dooku voice?" Actually, any voice from him would have been amazing. Yeah. Dude, that's incredible, man.
Imagine
that's so
that,
sad
man.
we didn't get that
We
done.
were so sad. Everybody was so sad because we were still trying to accomplish things the traditional way, and we were like, "Oh man, that would have been it. That would have been the thing that would put us on the map." And then we went back to trying to get record labels and that sort of stuff.
Let's see.
Very close.
That's crazy. Simone says, "LOL, I asked about Powerwolf. Matthew Gray Wolf.
Oh, that's right.
Does some awesome guitar work and design." Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, I love Powerwolf's instrumental. The vocals are I'm not huge into the vocals, but nothing but respect for Powerwolf. Great band.
Francis again. Holy crap, Francis. Another $100. Dan, can you please put Tears of the Dragon and Dawn Over a New World on Bandcamp, or you will hear from my lawyers?
Yes, I gotta do it, man. I forget stuff. Maybe I need to start thinking about having a team or something.
An assistant? Oh, you just do it all yourself, right?
I have Giovanni taking care of my social medias, but he's not too much of an assistant. I mean. Maybe I should start slow. Maybe I should give him my emails. What do you think, Giovanni? Is he in the chat? Maybe I should give him a raise and getting to do my emails too.
Yeah, and start porting stuff over for people to listen. There's money to be made.
Do you hire people? I know Krista does your thumbnails.
That's it, man. Listen, the only
it.
person I have an editor that does the Jaywalking the Planet videos, and they do a fabulous job. And it's like, other than that, I forget stuff all the time. And
yeah,
my wonderful chat reminds me all the time. They're like, "Hey, you're supposed to do this for members." But I was like, keep reminding me. You're not bothering me. It's just, you get caught up, man. And it's like, holy
a lot
crap.
of people look at us. They probably imagine we have this huge team of people, like some old woman somewhere making us coffee, and people making our beds, and people...
It was Krista that came to me and said, "Jay, let's get you to 100K. Let me start doing your thumbnail." It was her idea that changed everything of my channel. She changed everything. She's like, "The way we do videos," she goes, "Let me do the thumbnails. We'll keep it all the same." Like, she just came to me one day and was like, "You always pick me up and take me to the theme parks. Let me do something for you." She doesn't charge me. I offered to pay her, but she's like, no. You keep all that stuff. So I was like, okay.
I've been talking to Krista about her reading my super chats while I'm live. So she'll be on the Discord with me, and she'll be reading super chats while I'm live, while I'm focusing on the game. But she doesn't want to be paid. Same thing. I try to, so I always like, when we go to the theme parks and she's hungry, I buy everything for it. Like, if she's a plushie she wants, I don't even like argue with her. I just grab it and go in line and buy it. So it's like, I don't do anything for her, so I'll convince
I'll send her super chats if I have to on her channel. Like that's just
I can do that. I'll just send it through, I don't know, StreamYard.
Yeah. So like
Streamlabs, whatever.
But yeah, I always try to, because she does a lot. But then like the editor for Jaywalking the Planet is pretty cheap. You know, it's like I figured I'd need one for that channel because there's so much. But other than that, it's like, man, I'm trying to like spin a lot of plates. And the writing of these books that is time consuming.
Bro,
That's why people ask me, hey Jay, have you watched The Penguin? No. Hey Jay, have you watched? I was like, no, man, I'm like drowning in writing these books because it's like every detail, the artist and everything, they demand attention to get this stuff done. And if I just like, whatever, they'll never get done.
Any sign of Green coming out anytime soon?
Next week.
Next week.
Should be next week.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Johanna for 50. The first Christian metal band I heard was Striper. Love to Hell with the Devil. And To Hell with the Devil was the album and their cover of the Battle Hymn of the Republic. Then I found Petra. Dan, how soon for the Man of War tribute will be out? Are you still putting music on Bandcamp? Oh, there's another Bandcamp one. People like Bandcamp.
Yeah, no, Bandcamp is fantastic. Bandcamp's like the YouTube of music. So like you can put anything in there and they charge a really small percentage of the sales. But the Manowar project will start after Men Buns Are Gay. And but then you said the 1 million subscribers video will be after Men Buns Are Gay. They're both the same thing.
There you go.
The Manowar project starts with the 1 million subscriber video.
All right, we're caught up. Sabine becomes a member. Rachel says, Jane, Dan, you need to have these chats more often. Maybe we will.
It's cool, man. I love talking to Jay always.
Simone for 6. What were your very first steps as a singer? When did you first sing or perform? LOL, I was 3.
Yeah, probably me too. I have like cassette tapes here that my mom showed me the other day of me singing. Like I could barely speak, but I was trying to sing, fumbling words, but trying. Yeah.
3 years old, man.
I
heard you were born with long hair, so.
Long hair.
When's the last time a razor has touched that hair?
I actually cut my hair quite often to trim the tips the tips go like this.
Oh yeah, the dead end type of stuff.
Yeah, the dead end. Yeah, that's what it's called. I cut it quite often. But the last time I cut it for real, like Jay, it was probably 2012.
Nobody wants to see you with my type of haircut. The reason why
I'm gonna cut my hair. I'm gonna cut my hair whenever.
You heard it here first.
I will. I'm gonna cut my hair whenever I get married, or when I'm 40. Whatever comes first. Don't want to be a
hippie.
A 40-year-old guy with long hair, you know?
No, I hear you, man.
You know what I mean?
Reason why I cut my hair so short is because I have a fat face, and so the more hair, it makes my face look bigger.
Your haircut is the Indiana Jones haircut. It's automatically awesome.
Fade up, man. That's how it's done. Oh my gosh, you guys are being very generous. Elfie, the artist. Dan, since I had your music on while filling up and was asked who was singing, you've been playing, I'm assuming, right, regularly at my ARAL gas station, which makes me very happy. You are unique. And through, let me see.
Through you?
Through you, got to know all these wonderful people here. Thank you.
That's awesome.
And you draw really nice, man. We always look forward to your drawings for Bro Science. Thank you for the $50,
Absolutely.
man. I appreciate it. Night Stealer, what are you doing, man? Coming in again with another 10 gifted memberships, and 30 NSG also becomes a member of the channel. You guys are amazing, man. I might not edit anything out of this because everything's been so. The questions have been great. Usually the super chats are like, say poo poo pee pee, you know, like, and we get
TNME
that.
ones.
But we've gone 2 hours. I told Dan I wouldn't go past 2 hours, so
it's okay, man. I'm good.
These are great conversations, and I hope like people are motivated and ready to go out there and like conquer whatever passion you may have. Again, if you're a member, this is going to be flipped to memberships. I'm going to re-upload it a little bit with a with the podcast intro and an outro and all that stuff to make it a little more professional.
More professional. Good try.
You know, anything you want to promote? Anything coming up?
Nothing much, man. I've been taking care of a lot of stuff of behind the scenes stuff, trying to just be more financially free. Because I maybe someone new here doesn't know about this, but I live in Brazil and there's not a lot of financial freedom here in Brazil. So trying to take care of that, discover a lot of cool stuff you can do with offshore companies and that sort of stuff. I've been working with that. What's that?
I have one final question.
Please.
What do you think of, and B-Man, I saw it in the chat. What do you think of AI music?
I'm all for it, man. I love it. Because music is just a bunch of patterns. A bunch of pieces that we assembled together, and there's really, really very little chance you will do something entirely new nowadays. Most stuff has been done, man. And what AI does is simply to get those pieces together. It's easier than it sounds. A computer can do it. So I think the fact that AI composition tools exist, that fact is really encouraging, because if a computer can do it, hey man, you can do it, I can do it. It's really incredible. And but then aren't you afraid to be replaced by an AI? No, because there's something about the musician behind the music. People want to see who is that guy singing about those stories, those experiences. Are those his personal experiences? Why? I want to know more about this guy. This is something that will always exist because we're humans and we have that need for connection. So
I agree completely.
I'm not afraid. I'm optimistic about it. I think it's really exciting and cool. And hey, I'm not ashamed to say if I see some use for it, I'll use it, no problem. If it assists me in some way, there's anything it can do to make my work faster or better or both, I'll use it for sure.
I couldn't agree more. I've never been afraid of like new stuff. It's just kind of like it's gonna be a part of life. You have to accept it. You either use it or get behind. That I hate to say be like that. Like what Elon Musk is doing with the driverless cars and all that stuff.
Love it.
In a blink of an eye, they're gonna be normal. We
talked about this a little bit the other day. What show was it? We talked to you and I think it was Bro Science. We talked a little bit about this, that we understand why people are afraid of that kind of stuff, because it's just human nature to be afraid. Imagine the first person who saw a car, a horseless carriage. Those people were scared crapless out of that.
They said the same thing about the internet. They say the same thing about what is the oh my gosh, what is Photoshop? When Photoshop became a thing and people were like making themselves in like weird places. Art. Oh yeah, that was a big like it needs to be banned and blah 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 and like we can, and now it's just
I understand. I understand the fear, but personally I'm optimistic and excited about it. I think more technology is almost always a net positive. It can eliminate some jobs at first, but it usually makes life easier. So we can all be richer. We can all have more resources. We can all have just better lives.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree. Anyway, Mr. Buttcrack Media, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships to the channel. You guys have been very generous. Simone, Andy Kuntz, did I say that right? From
oh my goodness,
Vaden Plays, man, these words, man, is way older than you and still has long hair. He's 60. They don't want you to cut your hair. Well, he's gonna cut it.
Much respect to older guys with longer hair, man. But
I'm gonna get long hair when I'm 70.
Hey, let's trade. Yeah.
I'll be a pirate.
When I cut, you let yours grow. Yeah.
So then I could look even worse, like a homeless man. Francis for $20 says y'all are awesome, and the super sticker. Thank you, very generous today. And Dad Builds for $5. Thanks for the stream today. It's been a lot of fun and motivational. Not happy with my day job and been afraid to make a move. Much love to you both.
Hey, be more afraid to stay on that job for the rest of your life.
Yeah, that's the thing. Lisa Visa, it's Riza. All right, sorry. Why doesn't anyone use Audible for podcasts? Jay, do you like cheese? Yes, I do. P.S. A big thanks to whoever I received a gifty from. I didn't know Audible had a podcast thing. I'm just on Spotify and Apple Podcasts or Podbean or YouTube. Yeah. So either way you want to listen. So anyway, that's the show. Make sure you subscribe to Dan Vasc. Dan Vasc 3D for his gaming channel. Yeah. Thank you for being
Super Vasc 3D.
Yeah, they were dropping 3D. Links in the chat. Thank you, B-Man, for all the all the mods for dropping the links. And that's it, man. We are done. I'm out of here. Thank you, Dan. I'm sure we'll be back again.
My pleasure. Thank you. Always, man. Whenever you want.
Thanks for listening. We hope you were inspired today. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. We really appreciate it. We'll catch you in the next episode. And welcome to the Rebellion.